Screen Time Continuum. I am Keelan here with Nick. How you doing, Nick?
Hey, I'm good, hey man. How are you?
I can't complain out here on this good Wednesday. Um, Trying to make some peace, make love, not war, as they say. And
Ugh. Yeah,
I know, I
too soon.
know. Okay, all right. I won't do
Yeah.
it. I'll let it go. Um, Over here popping whatever they call these off of whatever you call that. Um, yeah, so here we are. We're here to cover the Peacemaker release on HBO Max. Peacemaker episodes 1 through 3. Peacemaker is one of the characters from the most recent Suicide Squad movie. Excuse me. So the Suicide Squad 2. If you have not seen the first, second, or third episode, and you don't want to know what happens all the way through episodes 1, 2, and 3 of the Peacemaker series, go ahead and turn away from this now because we're going to cover all three of those episodes. And I think they are scheduled to release episode 4 on Thursdays, from what the schedule
Tomorrow.
says. Yeah, tomorrow.
Hmm.
So, yeah, this is your warning. That is the only one you're going to get. And let's move forward. So, Peacemaker is the HBO Max series, a DC comic spinoff from, again, the Suicide Squad 2 movie. And it is starring, of course, John Cena, Jennifer Holland, Freddie Stroma, Allison Aria, Danielle Brooks, Robert Patrick, Newt Lee or Le, Chukwudi Iwuji, who is Merman, uh, Steve Aggie, and everyone else. I'm not sure. I'm just going to name the last 5 people: Elizabeth Ludlow, Lachlan Monroe, Rizwan Manji, Christopher Heyerdahl, and Lenny Jacobson. I figure I might as well mention them all because from the looks of it, they're the only characters we're gonna get. Like, we're just gonna get over these 8 episodes. These people rotated through, and the only people that to be added is whoever's gonna get killed. Um, yeah, so that'll be pretty interesting. I kind of like the cast. I like the lineup. But before I get too deep into that, Nick, how do you feel about this so far? What's your first
Hmm.
impressions?
First impressions are going to be kind of a bummer, I think. I did not enjoy
Mhm.
this.
Fair.
Honestly, I didn't. I wanted to. I wanted to enjoy it. I feel like I'm too old for this show. I don't know. I feel like
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a teenage boy, so I don't think that peepees and poo poos are funny. And John Cena talks really funny or fast, like he's Deadpool, like he's
Right.
trying to do a Ryan Reynolds thing where he's just like quippy and fast, and it just
Mhm.
like, I don't know, it doesn't land. I didn't laugh. I only laughed at one moment, and we'll talk about that later because it's at the end of the third episode.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I don't know, man. The music is awful. And this is a
Yeah.
James Gunn movie. I like he does great with Guardians of the Galaxy, but I hate the music in this show. It is so bad. I
It's
don't
not
know.
great.
I just
No,
yeah,
it's not great. Yeah,
yeah.
I noticed it too. I think episode 2, somewhere around there, I was kind of like, oh, this is what we're doing.
Like if you're gonna do like it's to me that they didn't want to actually spend money on like classic 70s and 80s rock.
Hmm.
So they'd
Maybe
like
that's what it is.
they picked up like obscure songs and stuff like that where it's
Mhm.
like, oh yeah, this is like some B tier band or whatever. But I don't know, the most of it was so grating, and the songs lasted way too long in my opinion. So
Yeah,
quite surprised from James Gunn.
quite surprised. I understand. I did enjoy it. I don't know much about Peacemaker. I wasn't blown away. Um, Not blown away by John Cena. I think John Cena actually gave me exactly what I expected from John Cena.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I agree with that.
he nailed being John Cena. He just never. That's it. Other than that, he nailed being John. Oh, I'm sorry, I did that the wrong way. It's somewhere down here, right? So I don't know.
Mm.
Either way, yeah. So other than that, the other people in the cast, I kind of like their chemistry of the way it's all folding out. Personally,
Hmm.
the music I too was not a fan of. I'm a little confused. as far as like the other characters, and honestly, we ended episode 3 like we ended a season.
Yeah, kind of. And honestly, there was nothing. Episode 2 was nothing. Episode
It
2
was fun.
was there was the first 15 minutes was him trying to get out of that apartment building.
Mhm.
That is not an episode.
That was boring. That was boring. But everything after that, it was kind of like, you guys are stupid.
Yeah.
And okay. So that's really what I guess I enjoy, or I enjoyed about this show, is it's stupid, and you don't get a lot of, okay, comic book movies are usually either super smart or super fantastic. This is mediocre as hell. It's mediocre in a stupid funny way.
Yeah, I think it's trying to be, but that's what made me cringe. Like the fucking opening scene, the intro.
I could only watch it once.
Oh my god, I watched it and I had douche chills, dude. I know, like, it's supposed to make you do that, but the problem is like, if you're doing something that's supposed to make people cringe and they still cringe, you're making people cringe.
I just expected them to change it by the second one.
Oh, they didn't change it. They didn't change it.
I know. That's why episode 3 I skipped, because I was like, I can't do this again. But the first time, it's like an SNL sketch. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but
I'm not rewatching it.
Yeah. SNL sketches are cringe too. I mean, like,
yeah,
you know, like,
and that's why I don't understand why there's anywhere you could. Well, I understand why you could go play them back, but how people be like, man, I watched that one season so and so many times. The same sketch. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. Well, I think too, it's hard. It's a hard sell, man. Like, Peacemaker was fine in the Suicide Squad, but
I didn't expect him to
having his own show. I mean,
no. But contextually, I like that in episode 1, John Economos, he says that kind of like, I'd rather be with Harley Quinn or the Weasel. And it's like, I don't know if I would have taken a series on the Weasel, which still would have been kind of interesting. But a series on Harley Quinn, I definitely would have preferred that over this.
Yeah, of course. They have a series on, but it's animated, right?
Yeah, no, but live action, I mean. And I think that was the poke at that. Like there's just a really slight, all right, we know what you wanted, but this is what you got.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, I don't need, I mean, the Suicide Squad is a whole bunch of C tier characters anyways, and they managed to make that decent. Honestly, I was surprised by the lack of action in the first 3 episodes. There's barely any action. Right.
And what I kind of like about that, I expected it to be more action for a few reasons. One being it's John Cena. So immediately I'm like, oh, wrestling guy, yeah, this is gonna be action packed. No, not so much. He cried.
Yeah.
He cried. That to me, that was like, okay, he's auditioning. He's making sure you see the range really quick. But I really didn't understand. What's his power?
I have no idea.
He has none. He doesn't have one.
He doesn't have a power.
He doesn't have a power. But those helmets from his dad.
I mean, his power must be that he's at least somewhat more durable than the normal human.
That's true. He is a bit more durable than the average human.
And he has to be. He keeps falling. I mean, the episode 2 was just him falling over and over and over again. Like, I don't understand. Like, he in Suicide Squad, he's an idiot, but he's competent. In this, he's not competent at all.
He's tactical.
Right. Well, he's tactical in Suicide Squad. He's not tactical in this.
No, not at all. He's the village idiot.
Yeah, which is
it makes me wonder: are they using his accident as like it slowed him down? He's not able to do XYZ. Like,
and they're going the redemption arc thing, I think, obviously, because he's a racist and he's he needs to atone for not killing enough white people.
I don't like that's funny, but I don't like that. If I'm being totally honest, give me Peacemaker.
Right.
The idiot who thinks he's making a difference by just killing indiscriminately.
Right.
Or
exactly.
discriminately, but that's That's
That's what
part of
made
the
him
reason why I do
that's what made him interesting. And now he's trying to have
it. I
like
thought so.
a conscious about himself. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, well, I don't want to watch this.
No,
You know,
he
like
just
I don't
started.
want you. Yeah, exactly.
And I don't want to see him and Leota have or Kia, whichever one we're gonna go with there. I don't want him and her both having moral compasses at the exact same time. I'm not with it.
Wait, which one?
Leota,
Is that Amanda Waller's
Amanda
daughter?
Waller's daughter. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't want them
Mhm.
both growing compasses at the same time. Or
Yeah,
moral
well, I mean,
compasses at the
she's
same
a
time.
fish out of water in this scenario, right? Because she's not
Yeah,
even in the
yeah.
business.
Mom is just
She
trying to
just
reel her in,
right, right,
which apparently has become such a consistent thing. But you've never killed anybody, or apparently seen a dead body.
right.
Not understanding.
Yeah, it seems a bit weird that she would thrust you into this position. You've never killed somebody.
Her thrusting her into it, not weird. Hers making it seem as if she's done all these things, telling her wife that, oh, it's just a desk job.
Mhm.
I'm not really understanding.
Well, I mean, it's obvious that they're on a side mission within the mission, just because they're going to do the same thing they did with
Isn't that
Suicide Squad, right?
isn't that the Waller trope at this
Right,
point?
it is. You would think that they may not repeat that. I hope that that's a misdirect, and there isn't actually like a mission within the mission to sabotage the mission. You
I
know?
think there's a mission within the mission, but the mission is deep, so deep that she doesn't want to give up the information. And what they're doing um, is correcting a wrong that we've already committed as a government.
Maybe,
Period.
maybe.
But at the end of the day, it's Amanda Waller, so there is something else backing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's certain aspects of this show that I want to like. I think the only thing that really pulled me in is the last like minute or so of the third episode,
Mm-hmm.
which is, it sucks because I'm like, I spent 3 hours watching it, and then like
Yeah.
for a minute, I was like, oh crap, now I have to watch the next episode. But yeah, I mean, like I don't know, dude. It's just so. Again, I think I'm getting old. I think I'm becoming a boomer, and I just don't appreciate the crassness. Like, I don't need to see John Cena's dick and ass.
I don't know.
I mean, he's in his underwear the entire time, dude.
Oh,
And they're
yeah,
tighty
okay.
whities. Like,
Yeah, there was way too much man ass in this.
Yeah.
HBO does that though.
They do, and that's fine. But it's just like at this point in my life, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I was asking my wife, like, who's this? Who's the target audience for this?
Oh, easily college aged kids.
College boys, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna call them boys for sure.
I mean, like, I think it might even be younger, dude. I think it's like teenage boys.
I mean, no, for sure. I think when you put that age range up, it's usually like 15 to 30 or some shit.
Yeah, 15 to 20 is what I'm thinking.
Now I know it's a broader range of spectrum though.
No, I know. I'm just saying for this show, it seems like they're targeting 15 to 20 year olds.
But not even like there's the Peacemaker falls into the bro crowd.
Yeah,
like, that is a reality that goes well beyond teenage years.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
And I think that this would be like Peacemaker would be not being funny, but be like their ideal superhero, at least on the surface, or vigilante actually. And vigilante even got at that through the episodes when he kind of was just like, yeah, how did he make it? Basically, questioning whether or not he's a maniac. Like, I just kill indiscriminately because that's better than killing with a conscience, right? Basically, and it's like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, sir?
Right.
Like, are you a psychiatrist? Maybe my secret identity is a psychiatrist. And, oh, you need help. You need help.
Yeah.
But overall, I like the show. I can't say I'd be looking forward to a season 2, but I'm interested in what they do with these 8 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, there's still 5 episodes to go. I reserve the right to change my mind. I just felt myself sort of not
drifting away.
Yeah, just not into it as much. I felt like the quippiness of the dialogue was way too rapid fire too. Like
Agreed. It
they
wasn't
were just
funny enough.
trying to machine gun jokes, and it just none of the jokes were landing. So just in my ears, it just kind of all blurred into one thing where John Cena would be like, and I'm just like, what are you saying, dude? I mean, I'm glad I have subtitles on because, you know,
Yeah.
I need to read out those words a little bit.
Well,
I
it's
told you I'm getting old, man.
I understand, but no, you're right. It's also what I was saying the other episode about comedic timing.
Mhm.
Everybody doesn't have it, and you can write the best joke, but sometimes it won't translate coming out of a particular person's mouth or through their way of directing it, their way of laying it out.
Yeah. The funniest joke in my opinion was episode 3 Vigilante when they take his mask off and he just starts making all the faces. Yeah. That was the one time I actually laughed because he's like, if I keep changing my face, he won't be able to pick me out in a lineup.
Yeah. Okay. So thinking of just some silly things, because remembering he's the guy, the bus boy from the diner, and who's Peacemaker's friend's cousin's little brother, whatever the hell.
Yeah, like his friend's little brother or something.
Yeah. His dad. So I'm guessing his dad was the original Peacemaker, aka the White Wolf.
White Dragon,
White
man.
Wolf is White Dragon. White
this is
Dragon,
the KKK here.
Yeah, right. Basically, yeah, he's an Aryan ass.
Jeez,
but is he a genius or is he?
Okay, so this is another thing I have an issue with. How the fuck you going to be living in like a double wide and you know, be like this, you know, bumpkin of a man and then press a couple buttons and completely walk into a different dimension,
man? Which they call Augie's closet. When I looked that up, that's called really? Augie's closet. Yeah, Augie's closet. And then the code to it is, I think it's like 211011 or something like that.
So this motherfucker's like on Reed Richards level of you know, like scientific achievement.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, who is this dude? Right. And he walks into prison, and yeah, that happened.
Yeah, all the Peckerwoods are ready for him.
They were so hard for him. It was weird.
Jeez Louise. I thought they were there. I thought they were gonna kill him.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were about to fuck me. Man, listen, I thought it was about to go down.
Right.
And then it was like, wait, are they? Whoa, this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna get interesting. That's all I could say was either this is gonna get interesting or they're just gonna leave this dangling and it's gonna fuck us up. Because
I don't know where they're gonna go with that angle. I mean, maybe the dad is. I think maybe his dad is gonna try to get revenge on him.
Oh, I think for sure his dad's gonna try to get revenge on him. But it's HBO, so it's so far they can go.
Yeah, I mean, they can go farther than most places for sure.
No, they can go farther than anybody. Nobody.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Case in point, John Cena banging that chick. It's just, I don't know, man.
That was your John Cena WW, whichever it is now, moment.
It's just, I don't want to see like that poor guy. That poor guy probably gets predatorized in Hollywood.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I guarantee you he's had a Terry Crews moment or two.
I'm sure John. I almost guarantee you his real name is John Cena too. I'm sure it's like more than John's, but just I don't know why you know how some people you're like, oh no, that's definitely not his real name.
Right. Yeah.
But I believe John Cena is his real name.
Yeah, it's probably like, you know, something a bit longer, but yeah. Jonathan Seninold or something.
I was trying not to even go there. I was trying not to make any of them up. But it's like I agree with you. I was trying to figure out when was he going to put a shirt back on? Why is it every time, like every episode, he was naked? But at the same time, that could be in his contract. Like that could literally be one of those things that they know is going to get the ratings.
It's to bring in the audience that would be attracted to John Cena. I get that. Like, you know, like the people that would be attracted to John Cena would like to see him naked. Okay. I mean, like,
whatever it is now fans.
yeah, whatever. I mean, like, it's fine. You might also like that Amy Schumer movie, right? The Trainwreck or something like that. He was
He
in
was in
that.
that too.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but like, so yeah,
I'm,
I get,
I'm just gonna say I think that was Blake Griffin, but they
yeah,
maybe both of them were in.
maybe. So I get why, like they do it. Again, I feel like I'm old and I'm like, I don't need to see John Cena's balls. I just,
Stuffed into a banana hammock.
yeah, just not cool. I felt like it was a very frat boy. It's very frat boy, like
It was
humor
very,
and
yeah. It was early 2000s humor for sure.
yeah.
Just to see like he had to run around in this for a whole episode basically.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I think sometimes, especially in little slapstick comedy stuff like this, where they're really trying to get that goofy, stupid character across, I get it. But
Mhm.
I agree. I understand where at a certain point it's like,
But just like you
am I
said,
supposed to be
it's
watching this?
just
That
like
kind
you
of thing.
said, it's the timing, right? It's the
Yeah, the
comedic
timing is just
timing.
off. If the
If you
timing is
had,
right,
yeah,
you don't have a problem with it. If you
right.
had, sorry.
Yeah, but and it's also like how long that scene lasted. Like, bro, just put your fucking pants on. Why did you have to experience that entire thing? Like,
And why did he blame his dad when he couldn't put on his shirt? I'm still trying to figure out
I
that.
don't know. Because I guess his dad designs his costumes.
True. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
And so again, who is his dad? And
Yeah.
why are they hailing him?
Yeah. Why is he a fucking,
I mean, he's
like,
clearly a
why
douchebag
is he a
racist
grand
prick.
wizard in the Ku Klux
He is
Klan?
definitely
Jesus.
the prison grand wizard. Like,
Good Lord. Yeah, that was pretty rough.
not understandable. So apparently, Peacemaker accidentally slept with one of the marks.
The
Idiot.
butterflies.
Yeah, yes, one of the butterflies. Who then tries to kill him, and
Mhm.
then he sonic booms her into
Yeah, that was
oblivion.
pretty cool.
That was
You
pretty
should
cool.
probably use that more often.
I mean, apparently they have a helmet that does everything.
It does. Yeah. I don't know why he chose just one. I'd be like,
Let
well,
me get
if
3 of
these,
these.
yeah, let me get a few. Come on.
I would have taken
And
that body armor joint.
yeah, the full body armor helmet.
Oh
That's a
god.
good one.
My question is though, where is the weak spot? It's probably like at the base of the foot or something.
Yeah. It's
There has
probably
to
at
be
the
a weak spot.
balls.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's definitely. Yeah, it's hard to get into that crease and crevice and get
Right,
it.
right, exactly. The shield just can't make those
Can't
curves.
it can't maintain that kind of friction when you're moving. um yeah, so the butterflies, I don't like how they weren't willing to tell him what a butterfly was,
Yeah.
but at the exact same time, he's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny that he did not just like try to think literally when he literally said Project Starfish was about a
Like,
giant
yeah,
starfish.
you guys have no creativity. He was right.
He was right the first time.
He
Yeah,
was
for sure.
absolutely right. They have no creativity.
Yeah.
And so
And I felt like that was kind of like a bigger reveal than we like it should have been. I mean, I feel like we
he's not
don't
a
know the
complete dummy.
entire huh?
That he's not a complete dummy.
No, like at the end when you finally find out that it's a literal butterfly, then like I felt like that was more significance. Maybe I was reading too much into it though.
No. I think so. It's just like Project Starfish. If we've seen certain things, like if you had seen different comics and stuff in the past, and in the DC universe they have the starfish that suction onto your face and then they take over your mind, right?
Starro.
Starro, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
If you know about that already, when you got to Project Starfish, it just made sense.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of thinking Project Butterfly is along that same vein. We're just not familiar with the lore of it.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of undercutting Marvel with the Secret Wars, and they're taking their own scroll sort of storyline here. I mean, because it kind of feels like that. Because you find out that basically there's butterflies all around the world, and they're just literally butterflies inhabiting humans.
Well, except for Canada, I don't know if you saw that.
There were none in Canada.
Midwest America, Midwest
Maybe it's too
USA,
cold.
and into Canada. Yeah, maybe it's too. Oh,
maybe it's too cold.
you're
Who
right,
knows?
because they were like South America, Africa.
Yeah, they
Look at
might
that
need
map again.
warmer climates. Who knows?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, like I could, and that's where I actually felt some interest was when you actually see the butterfly,
Hmm.
um, because I thought that was an interesting concept, and I'm like, oh, they could probably take this in a pretty cool direction. Um, but yeah, I mean, like it took a while for it to. I mean, like this is the problem with streaming, right?
Hmm.
So they have everything on this template of like, okay, we have 8 episodes. So episode 1 and 2 are really going to be a whole lot of nothing. Then you can get 3, and it's going to give you a little hook. And then
Right.
4 is going to be kind of this midway point. 5 starts to build up, and then you have 6, 7, 8, which are like the finale.
Right. Or more like you have 7 and 8, depending on what you're watching.
Right. But it, yeah, that's true. But it always feels like out of 8 episodes, you're really only getting like 4 that are any good, and
Hmm.
then the rest are just kind of like to fill in the good parts.
Agreed. I
Yeah.
agree. And you know what? Here, let's just lay that out there. That's a
Mm,
money making tactic. You got to hit
yeah.
that contract number so that you can make your money.
Right.
So
Right.
you're gonna have to make shit up well along the way.
Right.
I think the benefit, as I was saying earlier too, though, is this is HBO, so they can stretch things out, and the reason they can stretch things out is because they don't have to curse you around the nasty parts. They don't
I'm
have to curse you
honestly,
around the gore.
I'm so for making things smaller.
Sorry.
Um, I love miniseries. Like, so there's a show Peaky Blinders on Netflix. Um, and it's always just 6 episodes. Every season's just 6 episodes.
Hmm.
And
I don't like.
I like that model a lot better because it shows you like because 8 there's too many episodes for 8, but I think 6 is like the sweet spot. You can do a lot of really good storytelling in 6 episodes.
Get straight to the point though. You can't
Yes.
you can't baby around it.
Yeah, you don't necessarily meander around the story for
Hmm.
sure. Um, but yeah, I would like to see a lot more like franchises and stuff take on like the 6 episode model, maybe even like a 4 episode model.
Hmm. I mean, I think as the innovators, the creators start to really, I don't know, as they really start to have more control, we might see some of that.
Hmm.
Especially as the I'll say it that way, the modern day creators, they have the short format down,
Hmm.
and they're diving into that on their own because they have the YouTubes and I don't even know if Vimeo is a thing anymore, but they have these outlets where Patreon, people can literally just buy into their mini series, get
Right.
4 episodes here, 2 episodes here and there. Might get 1 episode and get the next one in 4 or 5 weeks,
Yeah.
or something like that. So we may see something like that dive in or break into the mainstream side, but who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
Yes. So yeah, that's pretty much it though. We start with Peacemaker getting released from the hospital, and he meets the team and he finds out who everybody is. He messes up a little bit. He kills somebody. Turns out it's his mark, so it works out.
Yeah, that was convenient.
Super convenient. Gets on to the bigger mark, and we realize that this asshole has a problem killing people if he doesn't have everything laid perfectly right in how he likes it.
He
And
needs his peace
apparently,
love.
right. And apparently he has a problem killing kids, even
Mm,
though he says he can kill anything.
yeah.
Um excuse me. Beyond that, he has an asshole friend named Vigilante who apparently is a part of the team now because he's seen everything. So you can't let him go.
Nope. Nope. You got to add him.
Yeah, you either add him or kill him, and I don't think Peacemaker's gonna be on your side if you kill him. So
Well, it
yeah,
seems like Vigilante should have been the guy for the job, anyways, because
agreed.
you know,
Psychopath.
yeah, he's just ready to kill everybody. So,
Sure, beyond ready. He is doing the thing. And you
right,
know what? I was kind of proud of him. I felt like he was stepping up to the big leagues because
right.
okay, so let's just be honest. You have heroes, you have anti-heroes, you have villains, and then you have vigilantes.
Hmm.
Vigilantes to me are the best. Batman's a vigilante. It is what it is. Iron Man is a vigilante. Is what it is.
Mm.
Um, Now Thor and a whole they're not vigilantes, but And maybe Iron Man's not either because he only does it for his own gain, not for the gain of others. But people who do things for the gain of others really didn't get nothing out of it. Those are your vigilantes.
Right.
And this whole breaking, they can go so much heavier with this. They can, and the name vigilante, of course, it just works out like with that guy.
Yeah.
So when you have that guy involved, I think now it really opens the ability for us to see some real idiocy, if that makes sense.
I was expecting more brutality, to be honest. There
But
wasn't
I think that's gonna come because of him. He's gonna be
maybe.
the stupid slapstick gore,
Yeah.
cutting people's heads off for no reason.
Very
That kind of stuff.
Deadpool. They're trying to be
Yes,
Deadpool.
yes,
I
exactly.
don't know. That's,
That's exactly who he reminds me of.
yeah.
Not as funny, not
Not
as
as funny.
deadly, but effective so far.
Mhm. So far.
So far,
We'll have to see, apparently. He did get part of his pinky toe cut.
broken
So.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also a little bothered that we didn't see Peacemaker break out his weapons or anything.
He's a bitch.
Trash.
He's trash. He's trash in his own TV show. Which bugs the shit out of me because it's like, all right, well, what am I watching for this? Oh, you bringing all these other people in his name.
Right.
That's what you're doing. You're hooking me with the title Peacemaker, but it's really going to be about all these other people.
Right. I thought at least Harcourt was going to take the shot.
I thought, yeah, right.
That would have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
Before we close this out, what do we think of the different characters really quick? Just for the reason of I like Mr. Mern, yo. Dude's kind of crazy.
I like him too. I think he's going to be kind of like a Ron Swanson type.
Nice.
Very, like no nonsense, or like the chief from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like very, very dry, no nonsense, but funny. Yeah. I like him, and then I like Amanda Waller's daughter. I think she's good. She has good like comedic timing. She's not given enough to be funny. Like unfortunately for the writing, but that's it. I don't really care about the rest of the characters that much.
Right. It's funny. Amanda Waller's daughter, Leota. There
we go.
I liked her in Orange is the New Black as well. That's Danielle Brooks is her name. So when I realized that, like when we turned it on, or when I turned it on, and then I seen the opening, I seen her, I was like, oh, okay, this might have a little more potential than I was aware of. Just because I know she can kind of execute that comedic timing, or at least she was able to on Orange is the New Black. But she was working with some different players over there.
I think she has the best chemistry with John Cena. I would like to see them. I'd like to see them more together.
Yeah, I like them on screen together a lot. She actually makes his acting step up.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that's part of not being funny, but that's part of the benefit of him getting this series. He really gets to challenge himself. Like, I'm not really too excited about him in this. I'm kind of excited to see what he gets after this because he'll get a lot of experience doing this. But that's just I like to see people grow. What can I say? It's this bone I have I can't get rid of.
You got to get that cut out, man.
But with Leota, I'm also interested in her character because she apparently has all of these credentials, but she hasn't quite.
I don't think she does.
Well,
I think Waller needed something that she could only trust her daughter to do, and her daughter. And her daughter's like just needed a job. And so like I think it would be funnier if she had like no experience whatsoever. And she was just
she has experience.
Like, and she's just fronting that she does. I think that's way funnier.
I don't think she has experience. I'm just saying I'm hoping she was at least trained in some way.
It'd be funnier if she wasn't. Because then all of the things that she's done so far, she's just done because she's winging it. Which makes it funny. Which makes it funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you win that. Not a question. Not a question. I was really I'm sitting here like, nah, but she
like it would be hilarious if everybody finds out that she only has a job because of nepotism. Because her mom is Amanda Waller.
Yeah, why you here? Have you seen how many people I killed since we started?
Right.
Not for sure. So we'll ride with that then. Because I I think that actually makes more sense than,
Her
oh, she's
being a
just a
stone cold
hesitant.
killer
Yeah, it makes
who's
way more sense.
married, whose wife has no idea that she's a stone cold killer. I don't know.
With
I
little
don't
fluffy
think.
dogs and
Yeah.
she doesn't know how dangerous it is for you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think
Um,
Waller's using her daughter.
of course.
Hmm.
What else would there be?
Hmm.
John Economist is an asshat.
Yeah.
He might be probably the funniest so far, but in a very dumb, like, why are you on this? Why are you even involved? Kind of a way,
Yeah. I don't know. He's
just
just
unnecessary.
yeah, he's the angry nerd. There's always an angry nerd. I'm just like, yeah.
That's the latest thing, don't you know?
It's all the fashion.
You gotta
All
have
the
the angry
angry
nerd.
nerds.
You better not have.
Angry nerds and TikTok dances and bad rock and roll music. It's pretty much what this show is.
um, yeah, we'll say Mern, Harcourt. Harcourt. Well, she is what I expected out of her character. Honestly,
She's only a device for Peacemaker to lust after.
yeah, no, that's all.
She's
That's
got
good.
no other personality.
Like, and
So.
and yeah, she's gonna convince everybody that they need to be a better murderer.
I mean, that scene where they're staked out with the sniper rifle and there's fucking fireflies
She
around
did
and like
nothing.
she did nothing, and he's just like, oh, she's so pretty. I'm like, God, dude, come on, come on. And then she fights like 3 dudes at a bar. Sure.
I mean, they weren't skilled in any way, so I'm not impressed.
Yeah, they weren't skilled in any way, but they were also 120 pounds heavier than she was.
And listen, after watching what Judo Master did, I don't know. That little dude had power. So actually, well, apparently he was also a butterfly, and they didn't catch that.
Maybe, yeah,
I think he's a butterfly.
maybe.
That's something I want to definitely throw out there. I believe Judo Master is a butterfly, and they haven't killed him.
No, they just
So
keep hitting him over the head.
yeah, so because they haven't killed him, I think we're gonna find out later that he's a butterfly.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's pretty much. I think that's all the characters. No,
Mhm.
Harcourt, Mearns, Vigilante. Well, we covered him through the episode enough.
Yeah.
Vigilante, Peacemaker. Yeah, it's everybody. So yeah, for the most part, I'm interested. I'm not like socks blown off. If this didn't have another episode, I wouldn't give a damn. Um it's not that interesting, but I'm not disappointed that I watched it. I am kind of interested in what happens next.
Right. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm locked in, so I'll have to find out what happens next. But but I mean, like I'm gonna hope that it gets better. They need to pump up the action. I think they need to take a little bit of a step back on the comedy, like trying to rapid fire so much funny because
Hmm.
it just doesn't feel funny. When you just try to throw joke after joke after joke, it's like, oh, I was focusing on the first joke and you're already at the fourth
You at the
joke.
next one, yeah, yeah.
So it's like let the jokes breathe a little bit more. Like that was the funny thing about Vigilante and the stupid fucking face thing.
Hmm.
Like there was no joking going on. It was just a random moment where he's
There was
making
no
dumb
layout for that.
faces.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was absolutely no rollout to that. It was supposed to
right.
be a and now I can't even say it was a serious movement because even that whole scene to me was stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, how is that supposed to make him talk? That's not
Yeah,
like, make it make sense.
right. Right. But yeah, so hopefully they can punch that up a little bit.
Hmm.
I will say after this series, I am going to be so glad to not look at anything superhero for a while.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized actually it just clicked why because he did make that statement. So it just proves that the aliens aren't as intelligent as they think they are. They don't know as much about humans as they think they do.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah, because the people they love the most.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give a shit about him,
Yep.
bro.
Right.
Didn't even know who he was until you took his mask off.
Right. And I feel like John Cena kind of didn't make that as funny as it could have been. I don't
Yeah,
know. And it's because his delivery is so rapid fire. He's like trying to get all of the lines out as quickly as possible
yeah.
that I don't know. It's not hitting as hard as I think it could. So hopefully,
I think it's still funny, but I agree it could be better.
yeah.
And it could be his timing, it could be the writing. Maybe he doesn't have the freedom of being able to ad lib some of that.
Yeah.
I notice a lot. It's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. But when you find out that on set they were allowed to ad lib a little more, I think it allows that freedom to where the timing comes more naturally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because it's hard to write that stuff. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard to write that, that situational stuff too. So,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully they can do it. We got 5 episodes to figure that out.
Don't we though?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they'll get to it. So yeah, that is our review of Peacemaker episodes 1 through 3. I don't think we need to give it a rating. We'll give it a rating at the end of the
Not yet.
season.
Mm.
But overall, that is what we think of episodes 1 through 3. Again, if you have not seen it and you stuck around with us just because you wanted to know what it was about and how we would feel about it, we appreciate you. And
I like that we have this motif too. I
Mhm.
didn't like it and you liked it, and I'm here on the dark side and you're
Yeah,
over there on the light side.
well, it's just how it goes,
There
man.
you go.
That's the natural balance.
Yeah.
At least in this situation. Who knows?
Right.
One day we might all be sitting in the dark. We might all hit the lights on. It'll change.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all we got for you guys as far as Peacemaker is concerned today. But we will be back with the rest of the Peacemaker season 1. Just because I'm not sure how many seasons are going to be, so I'm just going to say season 1. We will at least finish that out and see where that takes us.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate you all for coming around. Definitely head on over to all of our different pages on Facebook, on YouTube. Check out the Exo Fathom. They come on Mondays at 8 p.m. And that is hosted by Nick, Ayla, and Mike. Check out If Numbers Could Talk on Tuesdays. That will be hosted by myself. You can check out the Screen Time Continuum, which we're on right now, and which comes on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. here with myself, Nick, and Dejan. We'll be joined by Mike as well starting next week, correct?
Next Wednesday. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be awesome. So look at that. We're expanding the panel for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely also head over to YouTube. Excuse me, guys. Head over to YouTube and also head over to Twitch and check out Strawberries and Coffee. That's where Dejan has his video game channel. He'll be hosting all kind of games for you guys. All the new stuff, some of the old stuff, things in the vault, things that you never thought you'd even be interested in watching. But check that on out, and he definitely will have some things that, hey, listen, if you've played, give us some tips. If you haven't played, just sit back and watch. You're going to be entertained. And of course, come right back over here to Screen Time Continuum. We'll have something for you every single week, 2 times a week, right here with you. We appreciate you guys. And for the Screen Time Continuum, my name is Keelan, and
I'm Nick.
And my timing is terrible tonight, guys. Talking about timing being bad in the movie. Gosh.
I think there's latency issues. So there we go. Just blame it on the internet. Yeah.
The internet did it. You guys heard it
was
here
the
first.
internet. Thanks so much, you guys.